know, it seems like Thanksgiving has some element of stress to a lot of it.
Well, a lot of times it can be very stressful.
Right.
You're expected to produce all this food, and it's got to be on time, all has to be done right.
But you, Jan Charles,
Yes.
have got us covered.
I have you covered because I'm going to show you how to cheat.
Cheat
Yeah.
on Thanksgiving to cut down on the amount of stress.
That's right.
Jan, appreciate you being here today.
No
Let's get
problem.
started.
All right.
We're going to do a stuffed turkey breast.
We are doing a stuffed turkey breast, and I wanted to bring this to show you all that even if you waited until right now, you can still pull out something wonderful for Thanksgiving. Or if you need to cut down your level of stress, honey, this is how you do it.
Just let it go.
Just let it go. That's right. So this is just a boneless turkey breast, and I did brine it, but you don't have to. I mean, if that's not something you feel like you've got time for, don't worry about it.
Now, when you brine yours,
yes.
Give us a little quick tutorial on how you do yours.
Okay, so a brine is nothing but a salt water solution. You can do it with salt and water, but I add a little bit of sugar, bay leaves, peppercorns, garlic, and usually some thyme or rosemary or sage, whatever I happen to have.
And you try to, how long do you try to brine yours for?
For a turkey breast, if it's the breast only, I would do it about 2 hours.
Okay.
And if it's the whole bird, I would do it overnight.
Okay, very good. All right.
So first of all, we're getting rid of this thing. This is the little
pop-up
thermometer.
Yeah.
That's nothing but heartbreak waiting to happen. So just don't even go down that road.
This is heartbreak, and we're getting it out of our lives.
There we go. That's right. That's exactly right. And all we're doing here is just opening this guy out, and you're going to unfold him all the way, just like that. Right?
Very nice.
Very nice. Okay. And we have stuffing, and you mentioned a minute ago about stuffing.
Right.
I make homemade stuffing, but this one isn't. Okay, this is a store-bought packaged seasoned bread mixture, and you want to know something? They taste good. So if you really are just stressed out, get this stuff.
Make life easy.
Make life easy and give yourself a break. Now, we've talked about, you know, I do a lot of YouTube.
Right.
We've talked a lot on YouTube lately about stuffing versus dressing and how and when is it safe to stuff your bird.
Okay.
Most dressings or stuffings have eggs in them.
Right.
And to be safe, you got to bring it up to 185, right?
Got to get it to a correct temperature.
That's right. But your turkey is cooked at 165.
Ooh.
So it's better to cook it on the side unless you nuke it before you stuff your bird with it, or you do it this way where it cooks so quickly it's all safe.
Now, are you a proponent of cornbread stuffing as opposed to other breads, or what do you like personally? I
usually make 2 stuffings.
Make 2?
I do 2 because I have a house full of kids and everybody wants something different. So I do make cornbread stuffing, cast iron cornbread, and then use that to make a sausage and
that's my favorite.
Yeah, sausage and cornbread dressing.
Let's see, my wife has to make a separate one because she likes oysters in her stuffing or dressing, whatever you say. No, I don't.
Well, my mother loves it that way, and so you know what? It's you make what you like.
Exactly.
That's the whole point of Thanksgiving.
If you're cooking it, fix what you like.
That's right. So you notice I've been real complicated here. This is, you know, I'm tying him up.
And what kind of string? I mean, I see chefs all the time using string. Where do you buy string for cooking purposes? Online. Online is the best place? I
have been to 100,000 different local stores. I never seem to be able to find it. It's about $3. You know the big guys. I order it online from the big guys. It's just cotton butcher's twine or cooking string or whatever. And you just tie them up. No fancy knots, nothing complicated.
You fillet that out, butterflied it out, put the stuffing in there, and tied it up, and it's ready to go.
That's it. We're gonna oil and salt and pepper him, and he's gonna go into a 500-degree oven.
Oh wow!
And we're gonna put a thermometer in there, and that's pretty much all we're doing to that bird.
Oh wow!
Talk about easy. Talk about easy.
But you were telling me earlier, you got these YouTube videos that you're doing, and you want to encourage folks to get online and check those out.
Yeah, go on YouTube. It's under Jan Charles or the Thrillbilly Gourmet. Either way you search for it, it's going to pop up. And in this past week and a half, we've been talking about turkeys and dressing and stuffing and side dishes and sweet potatoes versus yams and you name it, we've been talking about.
So you got Thanksgiving coming up tomorrow, but then you get into Christmas and you got more cooking coming up there.
I do. Coming up, we've done tip roasts, we've done roast beef, I've got an entire filet mignon sitting in my refrigerator getting ready to be cut and shot. So we got all kinds of holiday stuff coming up.
All right, Jan Charles. Great tips, and you can learn more from her thrillbillygourmet.com website. Check that out. We'll be back in just a little bit. All right, back in the kitchen, and y'all were making jokes about your turkey.
I know. It looks like a football.
It does.
Yeah.
I
What's
could go
appropriate?
out for a pass.
That's right.
What more good? It's football and turkey combined on
well,
Thanksgiving.
then I was just imagining your face if I'd picked it up and chucked it.
Right.
I thought that would have been awesome.
Well, you know, people might be watching the Minnesota Vikings game. They're playing tomorrow on Thanksgiving. Just throw that turkey in the oven.
That works. That works.
Y'all are cracking me up.
Okay.
Okay, we're getting this thing prepared to go in the oven.
We are. I've got the oven on 500 degrees. Okay. Nice and hot.
Really hot. Yes.
We're only going to leave it there for about 30 minutes, but we do want to get that initial blast of heat because that is going to crisp up the skin and seal everything together, make it nice and crispy and brown and wonderful. Okay.
That is a trick.
Now you just put some oil on.
Just a little bit of olive oil. You can use butter if you want to, but if you use butter, don't crank it to 500. Go more along 450 and give it 45 minutes. Okay? Because butter will burn.
Yes, it will.
Butter will burn. Olive oil has a higher smoke point, so it can take a little higher heat. Right? And then just salt and pepper. This is it. This is all we're doing today.
Like you say, keeping it simple.
Keeping it simple, not stressing out. Now, I grind them, so we know that it's going to be nice and juicy all the way through.
Right.
We're cooking it hot and fast and leaving the oven door closed, so we're going to have it nice and juicy. We know it's going to be tender. We've got the stuffing inside for flavor. Win, 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 all across the board.
Yes.
Now, we were talking...
Don't you point that thing at me.
I'm gonna. Listen,
it's very intimidating.
Any penny you spend on Thanksgiving, this is your best investment, is a meat thermometer. And I like the one where you can run the probe inside and then you've got your thermometer outside and you just close the oven door on it. Okay?
Very good.
Oh,
and
perfect.
You know, we got rid of the heart.
The little pop-up
the
thing.
little part.
We tossed it, yeah.
I don't know where it went, but to do this, you just want to get all the way to the thickest part. That's it. That's the one trick.
Okay.
And you set it for 165 degrees.
And you say this is the best $15 you'll ever spend.
Best 15 bucks. Because think about it. If you buy a whole roast, you know, those are expensive.
Right.
I did a sirloin tip last week. I paid almost $30 for it. This is 15 bucks. But because I had this, it was the most incredible roast beef you've ever had. Same thing with a turkey or a ham.
There's no guessing game.
No
You
guessing.
don't have to worry. Nobody's going to get sick.
Right.
You don't have to cut in and lose all your juices.
Right.
Exactly. You really can throw it in there and walk away until it beeps at you and you come running.
I like it.
All right, so we're going to give it 30 minutes at 500.
Okay. Right.
At 30 minutes, we're going to throw the rest of the dressing in here. 350 for the remainder of the time. Okay.
And it comes out looking like
this.
this.
And it comes out looking like this.
Look at this.
That's so pretty.
Now, you know your next trick, number one trick. Anytime you're doing any kind of roast, let it rest.
Yes.
Okay. And my kids, my kids come running and they immediately want to start, you know, the crispy bits.
And you have to say.
And I have to say, touch that and you die, because they will let all the juices run out.
We're going to come back in just a few minutes. We're going to slice this, show you what it looks like on the inside. Check out this and other recipes on the ThrillBillyGourmet.com. Back in the kitchen with Jan Charles, and Jan, you've sliced it.
I sliced it.
Got it ready to go.
Yep.
It looks delicious.
It really is good, and all I did was, you can slice it as thinly or as thickly as you want. I just laid it back out over the stuffing.
Look
and
how
it's
pretty
ready
that
to go. It is so easy, and you saw how hard we worked.
Oh.
You know.
Didn't even raise a sweat. I mean, it's so simple, but so elegant looking and so tasty.
Well, it does look pretty when you, especially when you serve it laid out like that, and it's just easy to do. Slice, slice, and done. And I tend to go a little crazy over Thanksgiving.
No.
Not you.
You and your 30-pound turkey.
Yeah, a 30-pound turkey. But my sister is the one, she's the type of person that she'll get really stressed over it. And so these are the kind of recipes I really developed with her in mind. Listen, have a good day.
See, I'm a lot like your sister.
You're more like my sister. So this is exactly the kind of thing you need, where you're going to look good, it's going to taste good, and you can still relax and enjoy your holiday.
Because that's what it's all about. And I know you're doing so many videos now to really help people find the joy again in the holiday from the cooking.
This is my favorite day of the year. My kids and I wait for it all year long. We go nuts. We cook everything on the planet. But the joy of it is that my children are there and they're trashing the kitchen with me. You know, that's the fun part.
I love it.
And you know,
just embrace the destruction.
That's right. And if everything goes wrong, and you know, if I get home and they've already eaten the pies, you know, the world has not come to an end.
Although it will, she's not giving you permission to eat the pies.
No,
set them down.
Don't touch the pies. I sent that text last night to all the teenagers. Touch them, you die.
Yes. Again, there's a lot of death and destruction.
There's a lot of. I have to do a lot of threatening. I love it. There are people that will take over.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.
You got to check out her website, all her videos. She's so funny. Thrill Billy Gourmet for more information.
Absolutely. Definitely.